Welcome back everyone to another test video on the ASUS TUF A15 gaming laptop. This laptop has an RTX 4060 GPU and a Ryzen 7 CPU. All the specs will be down in the description below and the recommended specs for this game, minimum and recommended. Today guys, we're going to be testing out Borderlands 4. We're going to be testing a low, medium, high, ultra and badass setting. We're going to be teaching each setting with and without DLSS and frame gen. So this is low settings with DLSS and frame gen now turned on. And as you can see guys, we're having a huge boost in performance. The CPU is quite hot, but we are getting over 100 FPS, which is quite nice. Now I did see a tweet recently from one of the developers, I think it was one of the main, maybe the CEO, basically saying that this game is going to be demanding as hell, which it definitely is, but it is playable. So now we're going to medium settings without DLSS or frame gen, and we are getting around 45 FPS on average, I'd say. CPUs are on 90 Celsius, which is quite hot in my opinion. It's a little bit disappointing, but definitely a playable game. As you can see now, we're in a second. We are going to turn on DLSS and frame gen, of course. This is medium. We are still getting around 46, 47 in a quite action-packed part of the game. This is quite early on, no spoilers, of course. Now DLSS and quality, and we have frame gen turned on, and we're getting around 110-15 frames per second, so it is quite playable. I think probably better off just capping the game at 100 FPS. It'll be a lot more steady. I do have VSync turned off. We have the game set to 1080p for all settings, of course, and I must say it's quite good looking game. I don't think it's much better looking than Borderlands 3 in my opinion. I haven't played that in a while. Maybe I should maybe test that out maybe next time. But as you can see guys, now we're on high settings and we're getting around 40 FPS. Now this is where the game got really disappointing, because it's not the most graphical looking game, but it is a humongous open world game with a lot of stuff going on, said so by the developer himself or whoever that guy was. But apparently it's a very hard to run game, which got me a little bit worried. But as you can see now, with DLSS and frame gen turned on high settings, we are still getting around 90 FPS, 80 to 90 FPS. In another action-packed area. I can see myself playing more of this. I'm thinking of testing this actually on my gaming PC, which has a RX. I'll have it down in the description below anyways. It's a quite powerful graphics card anyways. But yeah, I might test out on that if you're interested, testing at like 4K. But so far anyways guys, this is now ultra settings. There is badass coming off after this as well, but on ultra settings we're around 27, 28 FPS without any frame gen or DLSS, which is quite disappointing. The CPU has gotten quite hot as well. Now we're going to turn on frame gen and DLSS set to quality, of course, and as you see we're around 70 FPS. So DLSS and frame gen, thank god it's in this game, because it does help out a lot. I would like to know guys, are you impressed or really disappointed with the laptop in this game? Would you blame the laptop or the developers? I do have the new patch up, maybe with a few more updates, maybe the game will be better running, but I'm honestly sick and tired of saying that. I've been saying that for a good few games recently. It's very disappointing. Like literally Cyberpunk 2077 runs better than Borderlands 4, and Cyberpunk looks a lot better. This is now the same game set to badass, and literally took like a good 15 seconds for the game to actually load. It was freaking ridiculous. I think it's like a RAM or a VRAM issue anyways. Definitely the game just did not want to load anything. It was actually quite hilarious. The game actually looked worse. There you go. But as you can see guys, we're still getting around 16 frames per second, so pretty good, really playable frame rates in my opinion. I definitely recommend playing in badass settings. Now we got badass set with DLSS quality and frame gen. You are looking around 50 to 60 FPS, but in a high action area it's not the best. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But as you can see guys, the CPU is actually cooled down a little bit, thank god. It's still in the 90s, but it's not going above 95 by the looks of it, so I'm happy enough with that. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed the video, I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Goodbye.